welcome back to, I guess, what will be the...
Part 2.
Yeah, the second part, part 2 of our secret worlds of Arrietty.
Arrietty.
Alright.
You don't know.
Like I was saying last time, the very few reviews that I've seen of this film, that I tried not to read them because, well, I knew I was going to be seeing it soon, so didn't want to ruin it.
Mm-hmm.
But they said the slight romance that was sort of hinted at in the movie, that they said was hinted at, had a sort of a creepy tone to it. Not only did I not see that, but what they had going for them was just a budding friendship, that they, being what was pretty much a kid's movie, had them draw strength from each other and had their philosophies help them each other grow as people.
I agree with Chris when he told me that what they said, their article saying they have a relationship. I disagree with the article because honestly there was no evidence that they were in love. They have a passive relationship. They have respect for each other as friends.
Heck, they didn't even become full-fledged friends until the end.
Yeah. But they shared something. And that's all they had. There's no symbol or sign that claim that they're in love with each other.
Actually, I'm going to shut down everybody that thinks that there is a romance between the two of them right now by talking about the character Spiller.
Spiller!
One of the only other characters in the entire movie that actually has a name, regardless of what it might actually mean for the guy. Whereas everybody else in the movie, even our little, even the family of borrowers, have their own proper-looking clothes. Spiller lives outside in the great forests of the world, which is pretty much just the backyards of the neighboring houses. And he looks like he's right out of some feudal picture. He's wearing furs, he's wearing skins, he uses a bow and arrow, and the majority of his speech is just...
He's like a caveman.
Food.
He speaks in a caveman vocabulary.
And simply because
primitive, that's it.
He is slightly primitive, yes. And for no greater reason than he had shared a age group with the main character, the protagonist, Arrietty. And
is it antagonist?
Protagonist is the main character hero. Just because that they shared an age group, and he was the first other person of their species that she has ever seen before, aside from her parents. She felt an initial attraction to him that may not have been romantic, but she wanted to know more. She was very interested. He's a boy. Maybe I can learn more from him. I love his bow. So it made it obvious that maybe not then and there, but something could and probably would happen later on in the story.
Now, I want to say one thing. I'm going to break the movie down. I did do... the artwork was phenomenal.
There's no doubt there.
Ghibli always puts me in shock every time I see their artwork. Their background was... This held their design, their atmosphere of the habitat of the burrows were so amazing. The flowers look so realistic. I didn't know that was a painting, a drawing, or it was right there. It felt so real to me. I didn't realize it was a drawing.
On the flip side, ever since what I think was the first official Ghibli movie, Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind, the style in which the characters are drawn has not changed one bit.
No.
If you put the main character from that film beside the main character in this film, their faces are exactly the same.
Only thing they're actually put a lot of detail in is woman that has age.
Yes. They will have a lot.
The ugliest wrinkles ever.
Yes. Watch the movie called Spirited Away, or at least look at pictures of some of the characters, and you will see a woman with the biggest head in the world, which makes all her wrinkles and her enormous nose so obvious.
Yes.
And you can see some of that in one or two of the characters in this film.
Yeah. Basically, I give the artwork 8 out of 10.
Well, if I had to rate the artwork, I'd have to split in half between the character drawings and everything else. With everything else...
For me, I give it 8.5 out of 10. Just because they didn't put a lot of detail as to Sean or Arrietty that much.
Yeah, it has not evolved much over the years. They look like cartoon characters. Beam drawings, they look like drawings. But everything else, it's... There's no question. It's... Ghibli is holding the flagship for 2D films right now. The kids these days, they're missing something great.
The new generation, the new generation is missing a lot of things.
The 4, 5, and 6 years olds. Let them watch real cartoon movies, not 3Ds. Pixar's fine. The DreamWorks is fine. They're fine companies, but...
I was like, it sounds like PDA.
Please. Let them watch real cartoons. It'll stretch their imaginations and let them see real artwork. They might you can get them to see go to museums or something after this.
Okay, now Chris said that. Let's go back to the movie. What do you think of the soundtrack?
It's beautiful.
Yes.
As always, they managed to find, regardless of what the setting is, the music always fits.
The music was fantastic. It was perfect for the setting. Every moment there were no lyrics exchanged when they're just standing there. No sound. But the soundtrack fit in perfectly for everything they did. It was mixed with a Western folk kind of mix. I could hear violins, pianos, harps.
A lot of plucking noises.
Yeah, like harps and xylophones. It had orchestra and it was amazing. It fit in so well. I'll give the music a 10.
Definitely. The first time you even hear any lyrics in the movie is in the credits. I
really hate the last song.
Yes, as you noted when we were still in the theater, the lyrics in the last... Did you say that it sounded like the voice actress was singing?
Yes, no, I forgot the name of the actress that plays Arrietty. She is a Disney singer.
Oh, one of those.
A Disney pop singer, and basically, she's like the way she's singing. Her music wasn't fitting in towards the end because it was so out of place, and the way she was singing it just annoyed me. It took me outside the movie. Like I had to. It was awful.
She is not a bad singer, but it was too poppy.
Yeah, poppy.
It was too upbeat for the movie. There's no back. There's no. Like I said, it's not bad, but it's just didn't fit right, and it's ruins to a degree that nice content feeling you're getting by the end at the end of the film.
Yeah. Let's make this fast. What do you give the movie?
Well, for the last half decade, Ghibli hasn't really come out with any original movies. They're all stories that other people have written. But out of those, this is definitely one of the best. So, 8 8 out of 10. That's what I'm giving it.
I give it 7.5 out of 10. Just because of one thing. And that's the... Sean, one of the protagonists, just the way he was presented, his voice was just out of place for me.
They were trying to give him a sickly feeling. They were trying to give him he's always soft-spoken. He always tries to have a croak in his throat. But in the end, it gave the impression, except for a few moments, that he was just a bored and bland character, where he barely shines through, but compared to his counterparts.
Yes, and one thing they're meaning, they basically spoiled the movie by giving them a meaning. I won't tell you what the meaning is. It's sort of the end. They tell them what's towards the end. Honestly, there was no sign of it.
20 seconds of exposition didn't really fit.
There's no reason for them to have that. The main meaning, the main thing, the movies made around to exist. That was not the meaning. Just put something in, because I felt like they pushed the whole production out than thinking about it.
If they didn't have it in there, the movie, whatever the meaning to the movie was, probably would have been a bit stronger. But again, it was a kids' film, and they probably just didn't want to overcomplicate it for the whatever youngest viewers they would have. So they were probably just trying to make sure that everybody was on the same page of whatever they were trying to have everybody see.
I think that's everything we say right now. So, thank you for joining us on the first episode of Spare Time, and see you next time on the couch.
Well, maybe this one.
No!